Okay, so we finally got an update from Wildcard. Only a week later, probably a little bit too late in my opinion, but they've released the Community Crunch 356 Ark roadmap and the new concept and more. So let's see if they cover everything that the community has been pushing them on for the last week. Wildcard says, we appreciate your patience as we digested the feedback and consulted with our partners to revise our upcoming plans. As always, we're very grateful to have such a passionate player base, and we hear and understand your concerns. We've decided to make some changes and provide additional information as to why we're taking this approach. So please bear with us as we address some points. Alright, so are they going to please us? Are they going to give us what we want? Let's see. First things first, we are scrapping the Ark Respawned bundle, which was the bundle with Unreal Engine 5 and Ark 2 included. Our intention behind this was to provide a package where you essentially got two products for the price of one. Yep, that sounds good on paper, but in theory, without seeing the Ark 2 gameplay, it was paying for something we didn't have, and it was a forceful move to please their shareholders, who they had stated to that Ark 2 was releasing this year. So it was a move to cover their butts, and it wasn't transparent. We could see this clearly. In hindsight, not the best move. Our bad. We recognize how combining Ark Survival Ascendant with Ark 2 and requiring further DLC upgrades wasn't optimal, especially since you wouldn't be able to judge Ark 2 as no gameplay or content would be available. Okay, so they've heard us. They're scrapping the bundle. They've listened to the community, partially. Here are our new plans. Ark Survival Ascendant will now be a standalone package released on every platform. The thing now is that it's going to be $60 instead of $50. So they've actually raised the price. The package will include the following pieces of content built in, not sold separately, with each remaster and altered for the next generation. So no paying for DLCs. There's no extra cost for DLCs now, which is amazing. So we're paying an extra $10, but we're saving $30, but we're not getting Ark 2. So this is great news, but the problem now is Wildcard have painted themselves into a corner. The problem is we're not getting Ark 2 now, which is fine because we didn't want to pay for something we weren't seeing. Now, when they sell us Ark 2, if it costs more than $30, we're all going to be mad because we're paying more than originally anyway. Because whatever they do with Ark 2, it can't cost more than $30, and it really should cost $20, so that this whole debacle costs less than original, or they haven't changed anything and it's just a clever marketing ploy. This is going to be a huge problem. They have maybe put some water on the fire for now, but now, once we get the Ark 2 news and the announcement, it's going to be a hard corner to get out of, and they're going to be fighting to not have fire on their ass for the Ark 2 release. I would say the thing is, we're happy now. They've covered their butts for now. But what happens when Ark 2 releases? What happens when Ark 2 releases? If they charge us more than $30, they have really screwed up. It either has to be $20, or like 10's going to be too cheap. It's got to be 20 for the early access and everything. And you know, chat, they're not going to do it for 20. It's just like, it's just always the problem with Wildcard. You can just see straight through it, and it's not transparent. And you can see that Snail Games is, they're just, basically they've turned the whole payment plan around and making us pay for part of it now instead of all now, and then Ark 2 down the track. Initially, when we had first considered doing an Unreal 5 upgrade, we planned just to do the Switch port version of the game and undo the graphical changes, undo the graphical limitations required for that hardware. We weren't going to maximize the potential of the new technology, we weren't going to introduce new gameplay changes, and we weren't going to make critical design changes that would have an impact on existing save data. So that was in January. They've only recently decided to do this update. Why don't we make these changes to the original Ark Survival Evolved? Frankly, it would not be viable. Many of the changes we're making will touch on a lot of aspects of the game. It will invalidate save data, some mods may not function, some things may not play the same way as they did before, and we didn't want to change that experience for those who prefer it or are unable to upgrade. Okay. The thing is, they don't have a proper apology. Here's the other problem. They don't say sorry. They don't say sorry anywhere. Just say sorry, Wildcard. Please just say sorry. Edit this if you can. Have an actual apology, like no real sorry there. That's the problem. It's all like business talk from Suits. It needs to be someone getting real. So we weren't trying to mislead you with earlier comments. Our plans and overall intentions changed, and so you're probably asking why we didn't make these upgrades. It wasn't viable. And so you'll still be able to have the old Ark if you want it. but nobody's going to stay on old Ark when new Ark is out. This also impacted our decision to sunset the Ark Survival Evolved official network offline on August 31, shortly before the ASA launch, Ark Survival Ascendant launch. Despite Ark Survival Evolved officials representing the minority of players on Ark, it's an invested and passionate group with attachments to their bases, teams and characters, and seeing that go away won't be easy. While we know it's not the same, we are making the saves available for unofficial. Our reasoning behind the decision is that those servers are essentially based on old technology and require significant development resources and time for our teams to operate and maintain. In some cases, the issues aren't exactly as easy to solve without an overall upgrade. Additionally, we know that those resources could be better utilized and fundamentally new technology to further enhance the overall experience for all players. We didn't need to know all this. We don't care. We know that technically we needed a separate entity for Unreal Engine 5 Ark, don't we, chat? We knew that. The problem is you're making us pay for it. That Rust did the same thing, but Rust didn't make us pay for a whole new game when they did the change. Okay, so Ark Survival Evolved will still be available for those who want to play. That includes multiplayer through unofficial and hosted sessions, the endless amount of mods on the Steam Workshop, and all the game content as you currently know it. All of that is going to remain, but after 8 years of development, we have to make the difficult decision of sunsetting Ark Survival Evolved and the official network in order to provide that truly long-term and evergreen version of the game through Ark Survival Ascendant. We know that Ark Survival Evolved needed a lot of work to get to Unreal Engine 5, that's fine. But when you have companies, for instance like Shane the Shadow mentioned, like Rust, who go from an old branch of Rust to a new branch of Rust, it's still covered by the first payoff of buying Rust, you own Rust. It's still a dodgy way of doing it. It's still making us pay at the end of the day. You're not really doing us that many favors and you're making a lot of money from it. The issue, like we've mentioned here, is that taking out Ark 2 and lowering the price total from 90 to 60 basically means we're saving $30, but we're missing out on Ark 2. And then if they charge more than $30 for Ark 2, which they will, then we're going to end up paying the same amount anyway. But this mitigates the storm for now. So I feel like this is definitely just to save face temporarily. Wildcard is still realistically milking us for the same amount of money. They're really just taking us for a ride here and just covering their butts for now, but they'll still get the same amount of money in the long run. That's the problem, I guess. Although it's good for now, they've admitted they did some mistakes, but they didn't say sorry. There's a lot of things that can be taken from this, but my main takeaway now is that Wildcard have put themselves in a corner for Ark 2. When they announce Ark 2, there's going to be a big issue because they can't, in my opinion, charge more than $20. They charge $30, it's still the same price of the original bundle that we had a problem with. So they've really painted themselves into a corner here for the future, but temporarily they've put out the fire, is the way I see this. So that's my takeaway from it. What do you guys think? I think they've met us halfway at the moment, but I'm worried about what we see when Ark 2 gets announced and the price point comes out for that. I think the one final thing they could do to just fully nip this situation in the bud is give us one more package, maybe for $10 more, that includes Ark 2. And then I think we'd all be happy, we'd all be given the choice to at least buy Ark 2 if we want to invest in it early, which a lot of us do. So that's my takeaway. I think it's going to be very interesting next couple of months, and don't get me wrong, I am very excited to play these new games. I just wish Wildcard had better communication, and I just wish it didn't seem like they were so greedy. We all know where this comes from, realistically, behind the scenes. If any news breaks on this, I'll cover it. If you guys want to find out more, there's other videos I've covered on Wildcard and Snail Games, their publisher, Shady Past, and there's other videos covering why Ark might have pulled this move to please their shareholders. If you guys want to join in on the research, join my Discord. We have a channel dedicated to digging into Ark and Snail's corruption. You guys are legends. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.